Hey everybody, and welcome to Talk Daily. Glad you make it here today. Today's going to be a serious subject, so sit down and listen. I definitely want to hear your feedback about this story. I want to hear your feedback about the subject because this is really important, and we all could share it here on the channel. So, without any further ado, we're talking about the homeless population, but specifically, we're talking about the individual or like basically loitering a lot, right? They living in their cars. The cars are full of junk. They're on the sidewalk and they just throw a bunch of junk on the sidewalk. They get a bunch of citations, but nothing really happens, and they just sit there. And then more of them start coming, and more of them start coming, and he's just getting this encampment of just disaster, right? Overrun your neighborhood. And anyway, so I'm getting really narrow because the subject is huge, right? It's like talking about gun control and whatnot, right? So I'm just narrowing it down to some individuals who are acting. I don't think they're crazy, but I think they're acting like this because there's no consequences. That's the point what I'm trying to say, right? Of course, some people have a mental health care. There's a million reasons why you become homeless, right? You could fall off the rail, health care, bills, family issues, incarceration, going to prison and whatnot. So there's a lot of reasons you can understand why somebody could become, and obviously help is needed to help individual get back on the rails, right? Get back on the system, get a job and whatnot. So that part is understandable. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about some people are, I'm being very narrow right now, okay? So I'm going to talk about a specific case. For example, today I, unfortunately had the unfortunate event to witness a transient who was in a car that has no front license plate, no rear license plate. The car is damaged beyond like, how this car not got pulled over, I have no idea. Why this car is even on the road, I have no idea. Remember, this is the same state that if you have a modified exhaust, they'll pull you over and they'll take your car away. Well, not take your car away, but they'll pop the hood and say, "Oh, this is not right. You have to take it to referee." And referee is basically a state ref that inspects a vehicle, makes sure every part on it is correct. But then you see a car like that transient was in, which was a car that's completely falling apart, right? And got like the doors are falling off, duct tape everything, and complete junker, and no plates front or rear. And that's fine. Nobody wants to deal with that. And that's my point. Nobody wants to deal. It feels like nobody wants to deal with it because when the individual, when he got out of the car, he was just belligerent, he's just spitting on people, didn't care. I don't think it was stupid. And let me explain to you why. You would say, oh, he's mentally crazy. He's not. He's operating a vehicle. He's completely sane. And then you could say, well, a lot of people are crazy and they could still drive. Yeah, I got your point. But let's be real here. The guy wasn't mentally like cuckoo. He wasn't out of his mind. I think he knew exactly what he was doing. That's what I'm trying to get to. Because when, he's spitting on people, and it's like, what do you expect when he spit on people? And then you think, okay, he's crazy. And some guy almost punched him and he's like, yeah, go ahead. And long story short, somebody called 911 because this kind of lasted for a while, right? He's just walking around. A lot of people are trying to avoid him. This happened in a parking lot in a shopping center. And I'm not sure he was trying to get it into the shopping center to purchase stuff. I'm not sure. But long story short, the police eventually shows up. And to my shock, what the police did, if you fast forward the whole scene, it's basically the policeman speaking to the other gentleman, one of the Patreons trying to get into the shopping center, explaining to him that he cannot do anything unless the shopping center puts a restraining order to keep the guy out because he cannot deny him access to enter the shopping center. And remember, all the calls, people are calling because we're threatened by this hostile, belligerent transient. And I found it fascinating that the police was telling us, law-abiding citizen, to calm down, and that guy can do whatever he wants. And when people said, well, what happens if he goes to his car and pulls a weapon, or like once you leave, because we're going to go to the shopping center, he knows what kind of car I have, or what he has, whatever. No. He goes, well, you have the right to defend yourself. Wait, what? So what I'm trying to explain to you is this. What I heard from a conversation is this, can you imagine, remove the cops, remove homeless men, and let's substitute it with fire and firemen. The advice of the policeman was the equivalence of if you call for a fire department, I see smoke in my house, and the response is, I'm sorry, is your house on fire? No, I see smoke, there's a lot of smoke. Sir, is your house on fire? It's not on fire? Nope. Once your house is on fire, yeah, sure, you can call us. So wait, I'm supposed, what? So you're supposed to contact the police once that individual hurts somebody, and then it's really mind-boggling. And I'm telling you this story, and I'm telling you right now, this is not something that just occurred, was specific to this one case. I'm pretty sure it happens a lot. I'm not saying every transient like that. I'm not saying everybody's like that. But you're starting to notice there is this level where the transient, because the policeman, when he spoke to the transient like, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. You can tell he's been institutionalized multiple times, because the moment people start calling you sir, 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 it's either we're in the military or they were institutionalized, in my opinion. My opinion, don't take it further than that. But he was like, yeah, yes, sir, yes, sir. I'm like, man, and when the cop turns around, spoke to the other guy, you could see him already like starting to engage with other people, looking at him like threatening. I'm looking at the cop like, and the cop is not pretending. You can tell that his hand is tied behind his back. And that's the whole point. The person who's calling himself homeless definitely has intelligence. He's not stupid. He knows exactly what he's doing. He knows there's no consequences. He can walk around and pretend he owns everybody, because what are they going to do to him? You touch him, he's probably going to file for a lawsuit, because it's getting crazy. So I'm not giving you a solution. I'm not here to pinpoint anything. I'm just telling you, if you didn't know, if you live in Alabama, if you live in, I don't know, in different country, this is the stuff you deal with here in LA. It's crazy. It is really, really crazy. This is not just a specific, it has multiple stories. I mean, I just told you one story, and it's mind-boggling. I mean, I'm just a witness. I'm just standing here like, I'm on my way to the shopping center and I see the commotion. I'm just like, really? I really expected the guy to be handcuffed, but no. By the way, the conclusion, nobody got handcuffed. Nothing. The police literally wrote a citation and put it on the windshield of that Hyundai that has... How is that car on the road? How is that car even allowed to be on the road? I have no idea. He just put a citation. Wrote a citation. Didn't even take the car away. I'm just dumbfounded. I guess it's like because it's a private property. But again, it's like it feels. I'm not a policeman, and I support cops. I support law, of course. But it's just odd to see that the end of that story, instead of that belligerent person being taken away and finding out who the hell is this guy and what are you doing, like, right? What are you doing yelling at people? Come here, incarcerate him for, like, I don't know, figure out his story. No need to figure out any story. Nothing to see here. I'm out. And I understand this is basically a little dispute between people, and it's not like someone gets shot, but the point of this whole story, again, is that they keep saying homeless people are like, oh, not homeless, but somebody's transient, because I think they're homeless either. Everybody has a story, but they are homeless in the sense they don't have a permanent address, and that's a different story too. Okay, I'm not saying every transient is like that. Okay, there's a lot of nice people out there. There's a lot of people who are. There's a million reasons to become homeless. It's very tragic. So there's no other way of explaining it beside that. But there's a lot of these people who are transient, who are taking advantage of the fact that the laws are not being enforced. That's what I'm trying to say. And they're clever enough to figure that out, and they're not crazy. Like that guy, I don't think he was crazy at all. I just saw it. Basically, it looked like a bully. He looked like a bully who knew how to use the system. Basically, he looked like a bully who understood the law better than the regular citizens, because he knew that he's not going to get arrested. Nothing is going to happen to him. As long as he doesn't lay his hand, or he's not a belligerent with a police officer, he's fine. Because the police officer would defend himself because he has a gun and he has a badge and he could do so. But the normal citizens don't have that. So he can be as belligerent as long as... I don't know, I guess he can instigate the fight. But again, it's just like a bully. I think he just wanted just to have fun. So it's just crazy. And it's crazy that nothing was done to it. So that's pretty much my little spiel. It's crazy to witness. And it's just it's really unfortunate. I'm pretty sure everybody has their own stories of their interaction, whether pleasant or not. I'm pretty sure, there's a lot of foundation that takes care of homeless people, feeds them and take care of them, and they provide them shelter. And I support all that. I definitely support that. I definitely support people getting back, getting their life back together. Nobody wants to see someone with tragically living his life like that. But in the same time, there are people out there who are out there for a good reason. They're out there. They're bullies. They're not good people. I always like to see the positive side of life, but some people, they don't. That's their choice. It's their life, and they're not animals. Okay, it's not like this is their instinct. No, they're smart. They know right and wrong, and they chose wrong. So that's why we have jail system. That's why we have the system incarceration system. But when they see that system not being enforced, it's just it's unfortunate. But again, I'm happy that he didn't punch the other guy, and I didn't want to be witness to a fight like that. And I'm happy the other guy did not punch him, because if the other guy punched the transient, he would have been in trouble. So although the other guy looked like it was a big dude, I mean, I was shocked that the transient was. I mean, when he was spitting around, just basically like average Joe's. Again, you don't underestimate anybody, but when he started getting arguing with that big dude, I thought, like, really, are you crazy? And at that point, I thought, you're crazy. But no, he knew exactly what he was doing. Because the moment the cop showed up, he just went like that. Just switched like, oh, what? What are you talking about? I don't know anything. And that's fun because everybody has cameras. But it doesn't matter. Because unless you want to sit there for like 3 hours writing a report and go to court, most people don't have time. People are going to do shopping. Like, who has, what? Excuse me, on the weekend, I'm going to sit here and write a report, and I don't have time for this. Can you take the guy away? Nope. So, anyway, I think it's fascinating. And again, that's one story here in Cali. I just want to bring it up. And if you don't wonder what's the background, it's basically an article from The Guardian about the homeless crisis. But again, every city in the world has homeless people, but there are always going to be homeless people because just life. Okay, there's winners and there are losers. There are people who succeed and people who don't succeed. There are people who make it or people who don't make it. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you get unlucky. So life is full of that, and you're always going to have that option. It's not really an option, but it's always going to happen, and it's tragic. Again, I intentionally not showing his face because that's not the point. I don't want to put a face to someone who's down on their luck. I wish him the best, and hopefully he makes it. But yeah, this is not about that. It's about people who are they're in that position because it suits them. I'm pretty sure that the transient, he wants to have a better life for sure, but I think that since he can get away with it, why not get away with it? And that's his nature, to be belligerent and rude, and he doesn't know any better. Well, and there's no consequences to his behavior. Well, why? He's not going to change. There's no reason for him to change. And to sit down and have a conversation with him, a cup of tea, and figure out his background with a psychiatrist, nobody got time for that. Just like the cop. Nobody got time for that. Everybody calm down, nothing to see here. Nobody got murdered, right? We're good to go. Moving along. So yeah, anyway, I hope you do have time to watch my video and you watch it till the end, and let me know again what you think. I'm not offering solutions here. I'm not offering any. I don't have a solution, honestly. I'm just stating what I observed, and that is, that individual pretended to act belligerent, but he's very intelligent, and maybe he's just the only one out of everybody, but. When you hear that example that they're crazy, definitely mental illness is definitely a thing out there. But to say they're all mentally ill, no, you can't say all. Some, yeah, but not all. So, anyways, I hope him the best, and but yeah, so that's what we have here in Cali. This is a story. Let me know what you think. And as always, stay safe out there. We're going to go back to our happy topics. I just wanted to put this out there because the story is still fresh in my mind. So, I wanted to share with y'all. And hopefully let me know what you think. Hopefully the comments don't get out of control. But, as I speak, someone's going to start typing like the F-bomb. But anyway, let me know what you think. And take care as always. And have a great weekend. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.